SIBO. What is it? How do we get it? And how do we treat it? So SIBO stands for small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And basically what happens is this is good bacteria that has come from the large intestine and ended up in the small intestine. So even though it is good bacteria, it is in the wrong place. So we don't want it there. So what happens is the bacteria breaks down too early and it releases gases. And these gases can give you symptoms such as abdominal pain, cramping, bloating, constipation, diarrhea. You can feel full when you haven't had much to eat, and you can just have overall stomach discomfort. There are 3 types of SIBO. There is hydrogen SIBO, methane SIBO, and hydrogen sulfide SIBO. The way that we test for SIBO is via a breath test. So we have a lactulose solution, and then we breathe into test tubes every 20 minutes up until the 2 hours. And then we send the samples away to the lab, and we get the results of the gases in your breath. So this determines what type of protocol you need and what type of SIBO that you have. Some root causes of SIBO. Constant snacking. So if we're constantly snacking, constantly eating, we're not giving our MMC, which is our migrating motor complex, a chance to fire. So when that fires, it is sweeping the small intestine clean of bacteria. So it should fire every 90 to 120 minutes, but this is based on if we're eating 3 meals a day. So if we're constantly snacking, we're not giving it a chance to fire. So if it's not getting a chance to fire, it's not getting a chance to sweep the small intestine clean of the bacteria, therefore it's going to overgrow and we end up with SIBO. Some other root causes of SIBO are adhesions, stomach surgery, intestinal nerve damage, vagus nerve damage, not enough digestive enzymes. If you have diabetes, this can affect your MMC firing as well and put you at risk for SIBO. Neurotransmitter imbalances, alcohol consumption, slow motility from low thyroid, and autoimmune conditions. So what do we do if we do have SIBO? The way that I treat SIBO is by using antimicrobials. So usually the SIBO protocols are a little bit lengthy. They're about 3 months long, and basically we swap up our antimicrobials so the bacteria doesn't get used to it. After we finish the 3-month protocol of doing the antimicrobials, we want to do a retest after about 2 weeks just to see that the gases are brought down. If they're brought down and we're happy, that's great. Sometimes you do need a second go at SIBO. It can be kind of tricky to get rid of sometimes depending on how high the levels are, but you can succeed at getting rid of it. It's just a lengthy process, but it can be done. So after the 3-month protocol, the gases are down low, we're happy with that, we are going to go to a low FODMAP diet. I see a lot of people doing low FODMAP diet when they have SIBO, and the reason that we don't do that is because when we're going low FODMAP, we're not feeding the SIBO, therefore it's going dormant. So once we've done the protocol and we know that the bacteria has been wiped out and we've brought the gases down, that's great. We want to maintain that for a little bit, so we go low FODMAP for 3 months. We add in some motility stuff just to make sure the gases don't come back up, and then we're away. But if we go straight into starting low FODMAP, it's going dormant, and then if we're adding in the antimicrobials, we're not wiping the bacteria out because it's not touching it because it's going dormant. So we really want to feed SIBO while we're doing the protocols. So we want to be giving it the food that we know that it likes. We want to be giving it the prebiotics, things like bone broth, collagen. These are all very high SIBO feeding foods. Same as yogurts. A lot of probiotics are not SIBO safe. So if you do have any stomach issues, we really do want to be careful on what we are taking. I know everybody says prebiotics are great for your gut, and they can be, but if you are suffering SIBO, then they're not because it feeds it. So really want to be mindful if you are suffering from digestive issues on what you are consuming. And we treat SIBO last. So we do the GI map first. I don't know if you've seen my video of the tests that I do, but we do 6 essential tests. SIBO test is not in it. So we do that last, and we do that based on the fact that we are going to be strengthening the body, repairing the body, addressing the deficiencies. And more often than not, when we've gotten this far, the symptoms that people are experiencing, they dissipate because sometimes the body is just out of balance. You are still experiencing any stomach issues after we've done the GI map, like belching or reflux or some of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier, we would run a SIBO test and then we would do the treatment for that. But we do it last. We want to ensure that detox pathways are open and working well before we go into killing any bacteria. I always reiterate this. People are probably getting sick of hearing it if you see my other videos, but the importance of having your detox pathways open before we going in for killing bacteria is huge. And that is because if they're not, we're just building up in toxins. Your body's going to get sicker, it's going to get harder to treat, and it's going to be a lot harder on your body. So that is how I treat SIBO. I hope you found this valuable. If you are having any issues with the SIBO or any stomach discomfort, please do reach out. I would love to help you.